Fam, yeah, it's holiday weekend, barbecuing, eating, having a good time. You know what I'm saying? But, I stepped away from it. Talking a little 49er football, I couldn't stand it. I can't help myself. I got a disease. I can't help myself. Season's so close. Soon these Sundays will be filled with excitement and intensity and on the path to yet another Super Bowl berth. Can we get it done this year? And if we do, it could have a lot to do with Brandon Aiyuk. Aiyuk's 2023 projections tonight. We may as well get into it. There's nothing yet of really substance to really get into for another few days, but why was it going to stop us, right? It couldn't stop me. So, though, seriously, Brandon Aiyuk's name may be listed as one of San Francisco's greats. When he first came, I really enjoyed him, but now you can see where this is possibly going. The last consistently big production pass catcher not named George Kittle was Anquan Boldin. How long ago was that? Tonight, we're going to the phones to put Niners fans' names on the air for Brandon Aiyuk's predictions for future bragging rights. So you can say, man, I told y'all back in 2023 Brandon Aiyuk was going to be the next. You got to be careful, right? Because we got some seriously bad boys from the past. Don't even put him in a conversation with Jerry Rice. Don't do it. T.O. probably, no, I don't think so. Even Taylor, you got to be careful when you start throwing his name around. So, but he could be Brandon Aiyuk to add to the list in another capacity. That's what I'm talking about. What? It's possible. Also, plenty of preseason Niners talk in general tonight. It's Memorial Day Sunday, though, fam. As we remember all the men and women who died in the U.S. military service, so we can sit around and have these fun weekends to pay tribute to them and their wonderful selves. So if you're in the military or have any family members in the military, we salute you on this particular weekend. And as a matter of fact, the salute never stops. You are special. So today, while we celebrate all the great re-eating and relaxing, we remember those who sacrificed. Fam, finalized preseason schedule's up August 13th to Vegas to work out with the Raiders, a 1 p.m. contest or matinee. August 19th, Broncos come to visit for an evening affair, 5 p.m. Ooh. In each one of these games, Vegas, Jimmy G's having issues. Maybe Jimmy makes it, maybe he doesn't. I was hoping he would. I wonder what he looks like in a Raider uniform throwing the ball. I'm curious about that. I don't think he's going to make it. Jimmy's got some serious problems anyway. That $22 million, that's not guaranteed. He signed a waiver. If he can't show up and pass the physical, Jimmy is in deep trouble. Anyway, August 19th, you got Mike McGlinchey coming up. It'll be funny because Mike McGlinchey just got over there, and we've got Drake Jackson will probably make an appearance at that game, right? August 25th, as per usual, the Chargers will come on up the coast to visit for a 7 p.m. scrimmage. Fam, I take 3 games. I forgot. It is 3. The Chargers game nobody ever talks about. It's the other 2. So we got 3 games. They slashed off the 1. So, but Dre Greenlaw was one of the NFL's top linebackers last season, as you know, and I'm betting since he was a Pro Bowl, he should have been a Pro Bowler. He was snubbed. He will be inspired this season, much like Nick was prior to last season's DPOY achievements. For sure, Dre will be looking to build upon his success in 2023. This is a good thing about them snubbing certain players. About Nick, you guys don't give Nick no love last year. What did Nick do coming this year? He almost equaled an NFL record. But first, some recovery time will be in order for Dre. Dre told KNBR's Papa and One on Thursday he underwent minor thumb surgery this offseason and won't be very involved in the Niners OTAs that began this past week. DG said, quote, yeah, nothing major. Just a little cleanup in the thumb. It was giving me some problems just whenever I was punching at the ball or whenever I had to use my hands on offensive linemen. My finger was just really jammed up. So I just had to get it cleaned up and fix that bad boy up. I had a bad boy. He goes on to say it's going really well right now. So I'm just waiting. I guess now I think they're going to keep me out of OTAs for the most part, just because you don't want any setbacks right now. But it's going really well, unquote. Dre, just get well, man. We know what you can do, and you know you've been working out, so there's no problem with that. This particular part of the OTAs, because they got another couple of weeks to go before they get serious. So it's great news, because Drake continues to evolve beyond that fifth-round status, fam. He really does. Dude had a stellar 2022 campaign, as you probably already know, with the Niners finishing the season one vote shy of an all-pro nod after leading San Francisco's top-ranked defense, San Francisco. You can't compete, get the hell up out the kitchen. So, you know, all 82 solo tackles and finishing in the league's top 20 for total tackles at 127. And after Mrs. Greenlaw's baby boy was denied Pro Bowl honors last season, Coach Kyle Shanahan believed it was one of the biggest snubs of the season. So, you know, Coach, you got plenty of guys backing you up on that. Oh, my God. Why? We're going to get one on each and every year, I guess, now that's doing a great job, and they'll act as if, well, we didn't see anything other than this guy, and this guy. Okay, good. Thank you. Actually, really thank you, because now you've created a monster. Good. And last week's news was that Brock Purdy will be allowed to begin throwing sometime next week. Next week gets started tomorrow. What do you think, fam? What's going to happen? Now, Kyle Shanahan's already said he expects him for opening week. I just can't imagine you went from 4 weeks into the season to opening day. I don't think. If I had to bet, if I was going to place a bet, I'd say I don't know about that. Let's not rush him back out on the field now. It's not like we can't. You kept backup. You kept solid backup. Don't put him out there in any situations you're going to further hurt him. Kyle. Fam, according to a recent poll conducted by Niner Nation, over 70% of Niner fans are betting on Brandon Aiyuk to lead the Niners in receiving yards in 2023. Now, if this comes into fruition, first of all, it's going to cost more money than you dreamed. You know what? We have him for one more year anyway, don't we? Even if he does 1, 2, 3, 4, his fourth year, we got fifth-year option. He's a first-round pick. Brandon's going to be okay. Mrs. Aiyuk's baby boy would be the first receiver since Anquan Boldin, a pass catcher, since George Kittle, to lead the team in consecutive seasons. The optimism around BA has to be based on his growth as a receiver, but durability, and you know how it is with the 49ers as far as durability, that's a hot commodity in that locker room. Can we please keep some of them studs upright the entire season? Now, I don't expect that, and you shouldn't either. You're only going to get your feelings hurt. But hopefully it's nothing serious and get back out there after a week or so if that is all there is to it. But don't be staying out or being cut out on the IR and not coming back till next year. We can't handle it. We got to win this. Teams are not beating us because they're better than us. They're beating us because we got the wrong people missing. That's the only reason. In 2021, Aiyuk played through an injury and Shanahan's doghouse at the same time. Early in the season, playing in his third straight 17-game season will most likely, it should lead to big season for BA, especially since it's time for him to get paid. Question is, who will be the QB for week 1 and the entire season? Question mark. Aiyuk had 7 or more targets in 9 of his 17 games in last season's 2022. And 3 of those games were with Brock under center. Aiyuk's totals with Purdy were 27 receptions, 363 receiving yards, and 2 TDs. Shanahan, he is optimistic, as I mentioned earlier. He believes Purdy will be ready for week 1. Ain't nobody go argue with him because you figure, well, okay. if he isn't ready, it will be either T. Lance or Sam Darnold throwing BA the football. That made-for-TV drama is going to start taking place really soon. Lance and Aiyuk have built a rapport, though, during the offseason. The chemistry between Darnold and Aiyuk, not so much, if any. So Lance, Trey's already got a leg up. Let's see what happens next. Fam, your prediction. And anything else you want to get on any of the subjects we've covered in the last 2 or 3 programs, and also anything you're expecting out of Brandon Aiyuk, because I got him down for another over 1,000-yard season with ease, due to the fact he's going to be inspired and motivated by the fact that if he does well this year, the 49ers are not going to be able to deny him what he thinks he's worth. Or, I do see there's a couple of prospects on the team. Bell is going to make an impact. I got a feeling, because he actually is that good. And I don't know if that means that Ray or Danny are going to be on the hot seat, but look out for him. So, fam, actually people are celebrating the weekend, so we'll get a few in here probably. I don't know, and we'll get ready for Wednesday or Tuesday. Chill, Phil. Come on in, Phil. Happy Memorial Day.
Hey, Ronbo.
How's it doing?
The most interrupted guy in the on the show. So,
hey, by the way, tonight don't cut Phil off tonight, guys. Seriously, production's been told to cut you off. Okay, Phil, it will not happen tonight. You're right.
I've got a lot of things I want to cover. So
just go right into it.
Number one, Brandon Aiyuk. Brandon Aiyuk. I mean, PFF rated him as number 20 as far as wide receivers go.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's better than that because he has to share the load with Debo and Christian and Kittle.
Third on the pecking order, I think. Yeah.
So, but Brandon is really good, and he's not going anywhere. And the other thing is he was in Shanahan's doghouse because he didn't block. But last year, he blocked amazingly.
And didn't he?
So,
he looked like Pierre Garçon out there.
Yeah, he was blocking for Debo. He was blocking for Kittle. I mean, he freed up a couple of long touchdown plays.
Yeah, and I remember that one for both Debo and
blocked.
George. Yeah.
So, you know what? Brandon's going to be around. Don't worry. The Niners keep their good players. They do. They don't let them get away. They let their B-list players get away.
Yep.
So, and then they replace them through the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Brandon's not going anywhere.
Except for DeForest Buckner, though. Because I know somebody's going to point that out. Defoe was
and I think they learned their lesson from that.
Yes,
okay?
Hopefully. Yeah.
So they learned their lesson from guys that they early did, like, the draft pick they did when they first started. What's his name? Stanford.
Solomon Thomas.
They knew. I mean, they learned. And they haven't made very many mistakes since then, right?
True.
Trey may be a mistake. We don't know.
Drew's got to stay out on that.
Yeah, we haven't seen it. So, the other thing is, I want to get touch on Philadelphia for a second. Everybody's anointing them the best in the NFC. First of all, last year they had the easiest schedule in the NFL. They played the AFC South, which included Tennessee, Indianapolis, Texas, and Jacksonville.
Does it get any better than that?
None of those teams had a top over the 15 draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at Texas number 2. You look at Indy number 5. You look at Tennessee number 11. That's where their draft picks were.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is they played the NFC North. which was Chicago, the number 1 pick in the draft.
Yeah.
They played Minnesota, Green Bay, which wasn't a 500 team, and also Detroit, which was 8-9. They weren't a 500 team. So let's see what they do this year with a first-place schedule, and they play the AFC West, which is Kansas City, which we played last year. Kansas City, San Diego, the Raiders, and Denver.
Yeah.
Let them see where they come there. Okay?
You can get bruised up riding through there. Absolutely. Yep.
And so, and then they also play, I forget what other division they play in the
They play their own division. And there's only, you know what? In the NFC East, that's just, it's still, the Cowboys are, you just don't know what they're going to be like. And the Commanders are still trying to put things together. They're going to be a little better team. And they might beat them because they beat them last year.
Played the same divisions last year, and they were both the weakest divisions in football. So let's see what they do.
Yeah.
So
and they lost some good players. Hargrave that's going to hurt them. Yeah.
And they have a lot tougher schedule than they did last year. Not only that, but they play a first-place schedule where we've been playing a first-place schedule for years.
Exactly.
We
shouldn't have been.
They didn't win their division the year before because Dallas had won it. We beat Dallas in the playoffs that year.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Philadelphia, I'm not convinced. So, all the East Coast, news media, they all anoint them.
Pump them up.
Because they're all over there.
They do it every year.
I don't agree. I think they're gonna fail big time. So, just my opinion.
And Phil, people come down out of the Super Bowl usually with a little less juice than what they went in there with. Now they come out, that's just the Patriots because Belichick will put you in jail if you don't perform. But I mean, in the years past. But let's see what they look like. If they look like everybody else.
A lot of it has to do with their schedule because they get a tougher schedule the next year. So people don't realize that. So
the Rams do.
Anyway. And the other thing is, I'm just thinking, our defense is going to be freaking good.
As long as you're not kept out there too long. But you're right. They're going to be really effective.
They're looking at Drake Jackson and what he did at the OTAs and looking what his body looked like. I am just ecstatic about watching this defense this year go at it because they're going to be extremely good. And then you had Javon Hargrave in the middle with Armstead healthy. Holy crap.
Nick next to him.
Oh, well, Nick. Nick is Nick.
So, but you just mentioned those four, and Drake is the weak link that we know of, but calling him a weak link in that group means nothing. Of course he is. Most guys from around the league would be the weak link standing up next to that three. So, yes.
I mean, and then you add Greenlaw and Warner and Fonga and Gibson and the guy we drafted.
One of the best tacklers on the team. Yeah.
And then you go Ward on corner and Demo, and that defense is, I don't know who to compare them with, but their front line, their front seven is going to be as good as anybody in this league.
And better.
Good luck to opposing teams.
Yeah,
really.
And we got a coach now that's more experienced than both Salah and Demo, and there's nothing already. They're singing praises about him. I mean, Greenlaw loves him already. from just a little bit.
Well, I think
little sample he's
he's
got.
going to help the DBs. He's going to help the defensive backs. And if they get better, that's our weak link. I mean, you think about it.
I know.
Chris Caceres got the defensive line going. D'Amico Ryans had the linebackers going before he left. Now Wilkes is going to get the DBs going. Hell, nobody's scoring on us.
You know,
I don't care who you are. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Well, Phil, happy holiday to you. I tell you what, let's get together Tuesday.
You know, Ronbo, I'm a guy whose glass is half full.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Niners. I love where we're going. I invest my money in this team.
Yeah.
And I believe in them. So,
well, yeah,
what can I say?
You got every right to. There's every reason to. I mean, look at them. You just defined them as they are. They're tough. All right, Phil.
And our offense is going to get better too. I mean, that I think is going to be really telling. I think it's not Aiyuk. It's more, can the offensive line stand up and they get better as a unit?
I really, and it's not just seeing through red and gold glasses, I really think we're going to be surprised by that offensive line. You got guys that played there. You got 3 guys that have played together for a year.
They said Burford came in better shape, and McKivitz, I think, is going to be a better pass blocker.
Yeah.
You know, Brendel's a little undersized, but, you know, he's feisty, he's hungry.
And he gets it done.
And then you've got that Banks and Trent on the other side. So
the left is
they're pretty good.
It's sealed. We'll see. All right, Phil. Great stuff. Love it.
All right, Ronbo.
Let's see you Tuesday and have a great weekend.
You
right,
too.
Phil. Thanks, man.
Have a good barbecue tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're doing it already.
All right. All right. Take care.
You too. All
Bye.
right, Phil. Bye. Jashawn, what's up? Yourself, Jake Jackson, looking good, and best wishes to Jimmy G. Yeah, Jimmy's gonna need some too. Went over there. My foot needs an operation. How come we didn't get it done earlier, Jimmy? What is with you in these operations? Get them done as soon as it's time. God. And bring him in. He is the leader of the Dragon Clan. He is Papa Dragon. Bam, boom. Lady Dragon. Pop.
Hey, Ronbo. How
Yes.
are you? Happy Memorial Day.
Thanks, Pop. To you and yours, the same. Just sit back here and
Let me start off by saying.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it wasn't anything important. I was just making snide remarks. Go ahead.
I was going to say that my glass is neither half full or half empty. My glass is a glass, and it's up to me to fill it. That's what I'll say about that. Now,
leave Phil alone. Okay, go ahead.
Moving forward, Ronbo.
Yes.
It was said by the prior caller, who I will not say his name, that the 49ers have not made many mistakes in the first round. Have we drafted a Pro Bowler in the first round besides Bosa? Speaking of injuries. Speaking of Jimmy Garoppolo, he left the 49ers. They told him he didn't need surgery. Get ready to play. We need you to play. We need you in the NFC Championship game. We're not going to put you on injury reserve.
Yeah.
Your foot's fine.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. It's not fine. Hey, Kinlaw. Hey, man, you know what? A little physical therapy on that knee of yours. You'll be all right. What? Total knee reconstruction. All I'm saying, Ronbo, there's some suspicious stuff going on. That training staff don't like it. Sorry, don't like it one bit. Smartest person on the 49ers is Brock Purdy. Smartest person. You know what Brock Purdy said to the 49ers? I'm going to get me a second opinion. 49ers didn't pick that surgeon. Brock Purdy did, and his team. Brock Purdy, he's going to be ready. He should be ready for week 1. That's our expectation. He'll be ready for week 1. Ooh. Hey, Brock, what do you think about the coach saying he's going to be ready week 1? I'm taking it one day at a time.
Yeah.
So, all I I can say is this, Ronbo. You got to have a quarterback to throw a ball to a receiver. I don't know who the quarterback's going to be. I just don't know. I keep trying to tell Niner fans what you want.
Detroit
You
versus
want
everybody.
Trey Lance. Oh, God.
But I can't wait till we play Detroit. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I don't know, man. Detroit scares me a little bit.
I know, but
But hey, this is
Hey, Detroit versus themselves. Detroit versus themselves.
themselves.
Hey,
Here's the problem,
let
Ronbo.
Pop finish, guys.
Here's the problem. You ready for the problem?
I
Here's
am
the
ready.
problem. The problem with Detroit and the 49ers is this. It is arguable that you could actually say that their quarterback is better than our quarterback. You know why? Because we don't know who it is.
Well, I'm going to say because at least we know who he is. God.
He threw for 30 touchdowns and only 9 interceptions.
That's not the first time, though.
We had a quarterback do that.
Yeah, he did that in
When
L.A.,
last time
too.
we had a quarterback do that, though, Rambo?
I have to go Google that up. I have no idea.
Geno Smith made damn Pro Bowl before a 49 quarterback has made one. We haven't had a 49 quarterback make a Super Bowl, Pro Bowl since Jeff Garcia.
Yep, that was the
All
last
I'm
time.
saying is this, Ronbo. If Purdy is the starter, okay, the number one receiver is going to be George Kittle. Okay?
He does like
Because
George.
you're going to have to throw him the ball to shake him the hell up.
Yep.
Right? If Sam Darnold wins the quarterback job, okay, the number one receiver is going to be Deebo because he throws short a lot. Okay? If Trey Lance wins the quarterback job, and again, remember, highest upside. He is the guy that will be able to do everything, including throw the ball on the rope in between defenders that make people go, wow, that was amazing. If he is the guy, then Brandon Aiyuk will get to the Pro Bowl. But the question is, can any of these guys play an entire 17-game season?
That's the question. That is the question with no answer.
And that's the question.
We've
And
not
that's the
seen
question.
it.
And I'm going to say, yes, they can, because they're going to have Hargrave not just play defense, but he's going to play offensive line as well.
Hargrave.
Right, he's not. He's not.
You might ask to. I can't get enough, Coach.
Hey,
let me play offense.
Hey. If football was a chessboard, okay, and the most powerful player on the team is the queen, okay, it would be Mahomes possibly on one side versus our queen, Mike Shanahan. Because remember, money tells the truth. Where they spend the money is where they put value on the team. They know daggone well there hasn't ever been the last time there's a 23-year-old quarterback to win a Super Bowl was Ben Roethlisberger. And they know daggone well that none of these three quarterbacks are at that talent level.
Hey, wait, Pop, how old was
Not
Russell
yet.
Wilson?
Russell was 24.
He just made that birthday. Okay.
All right? So I don't care about any other comparisons. All right, Trey Lance ain't no damn Josh Allen. He's Trey Lance. Brock Purdy ain't no Russell Wilson or Drew Brees or Patrick Mahomes. He don't even know if he's Brock Purdy yet. You got to figure out what Brock Purdy is. We don't know.
Yeah.
And we know what Sam Darnold is. He's a turnover machine. But a great story for Shanahan if all of a sudden Shanahan magically turns him around, which I don't see that happening because guess what? The person that's turning around Trey Lance right now is not Shanahan. It's Trey Lance. It was Trey Lance who picked a different quarterback coach this offseason, someone that the 49ers did not even want. And that's where the controversy started. So when they started saying all these things about Trey during the owners' meetings, they already knew that he was not going with their guy, that Trey Lance was going with his own guy. And then he shows up with dramatic improvement, and now everybody's saying, uh-oh, he can really play. Because you got to get people in front of the right teacher.
You just said that the 49ers did not endorse the guy that was working with Trey. Isn't that the guy that's working?
Nope.
That's Patrick Mahomes' coach, right?
It is, but they have their own guy that knows the 49ers system in Southern California that they had been going to the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's true.
That's where he went, and he went someplace else. Now, evidence of that is when they asked the coach that Lance trained with this offseason, he got interviewed by Matt Burrows. He told him, he said, hey, did the 49ers put you guys together? He goes, I can't comment on that.
You know,
right? So there's some slippery, dastardly bullshit going on with the 49ers brass. And if there's anything holding them back, you know what's stopping the 49ers from winning the Super Bowl, Ronbo?
What
It's
is
the
that?
49ers.
Well, yeah,
The 49ers, they stopped themselves. They stopped themselves.
You know, and LaFleur
Every single time.
And LaFleur was never I said Sangarello. Scangarello. He was. They kept him as long as they could. The 49ers. These things about putting people out there prematurely concerned me, Pop. I hadn't thought about that, and we'll keep an eye on that situation.
No, we got to keep our eye on it because there's a lot to look at. Because I was gonna follow Jimmy Garoppolo this offseason. I wanted to really see what was going on with him.
Yeah.
So when he came up lame and needing the surgery, I was like, damn. That's what I was watching for.
Well, yeah, everybody called him a coward for not showing up in the NFCCG when really that foot wasn't ready.
But no one knows the truth. No one knows the truth. You keep pushing these men, these human beings, and they get broken forever. Garoppolo may never walk right.
You know, and that's why Brock has said, "Yeah, I'll take it day at a time." You know, don't let them fool you. I'm
so
in
all
charge.
of a sudden,
This is my
Garoppolo
damn
can't walk
darn.
right. Yeah, all of a sudden, Garoppolo can't walk right. He can't pee right. Decisions, Ronbo. It's all about decisions.
Yeah, Bob, awesome stuff. I'm gonna see you Tuesday. All right.
Oh, you betcha. Shout out to production. Please like and subscribe to Ronbo Sports, people. Shout out to Big Show.
Thanks, man.
Shout out to Chill Pill, Delusional Phil. I don't know what the hell he's talking about half the time. He's so happy and optimistic. Gotta love him. Shout out to Tony. Okay? And shout out to Mike Shanahan and Kyle Shanahan. Yeah. I can't wait to drop kick you guys in the balls. I'm out.
Hey, Bob. There he goes. Dragon clan leader himself. It is Papa. Thanks, Pop. Hey, Charles. Charles, Demo's biggest fan. Charles is in the middle of a rib. I can see it right now. The sauce is everywhere. He's trying to wipe his face. Go ahead, Charles.
What's going on, Ronbo?
I knew it. Charles, man, we're sitting here talking about the possibilities of Aiyuk being a Pro Bowler next year. The man's going to just lead the 49ers. It'll be with consecutive years. He's been out there the whole season. So, he is somebody to keep a spotlight on to start the season off. And we're making predictions now. I got him well over 1,000 yards this year, and very instrumental in the 49ers' chance to go all the way. And anything else you want to ring upon, Charles? This is an open mic night. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think he's gonna do better. But I don't really,
Charles, are you in a different place, or is that my headphones? You're coming in kind of. No, it is my headphones. Let me see here. All right, go ahead, Charles. Charles?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I think he's really gonna, have a really good year this year. If they get him the ball, if they don't get him the ball, then, if they don't target him, I think that's the only reason why he wouldn't have a productive year. But if they target him like they did last year, he's going to catch the ball and he's going to make plays happen. That's what he does. But so we'll see. I know this is coming up. This year is coming up on a contract year. So I don't know the organization. I know they can ostracize a player to make sure they don't. He doesn't get paid. So I don't know if that's going to be the situation. I know you.
You really think that?
Uh,
You know, the thing is, what he needs to be able to do is move up in the order. Now, right now, he's like number 3 as far as the pecking order goes. Uh,
yeah, he's not.
that's what's going to be more of a deterrent than
We have
trying to
Christian.
keep the ball away from him. I would
You know,
think.
the number one option most of the time is Christian McCaffrey.
Yep,
He's
actually.
the check down guy, and
Well, not
if
only that,
it's not him,
he runs great routes out of the slot too. So Christian McCaffrey, you can't really count him. He could be number 2 on some days. you know, Christian is that guy, the engine, and everything, and all the other parts are supposed to do the job. Do you think, though, since we're on that subject, should Debo be considered ahead of Ayuk as far as pecking order? If you're drawing up plays, and that's what they do before the games, right? When the game planning, they usually figure wherever the weakest link is on the other team, we're going to attack them. And Debo, that's going to be your job this week. Or we're going to designate Ayuk to work on a guy like Diggs over in Dallas, because Diggs cannot guard Ayuk. He already proved that as good as he's supposed to be. I think that's going to have a lot to do. But if Ayuk becomes that kind of guy where nobody can deal with him, he could beat Debo out for that number 2 position on the pecking order.
but you want to get the ball to the guy that has crisp route running and that's going to get open the fastest, and nobody gets open faster than Ayuk. So I like his chances in being the number 1, number 2 option. But we'll see how it lays, because
Right.
we have a lot of wide receivers. We got Danny Gray. I mean, we got Trey Lance coming back. He might actually uh
Was
start
it
the
Trey likes
season. I
Ayuk?
know.
Uh,
Yeah, you have
Trey
Trey
likes
likes
Ayuk.
Ayuk,
You know
but
what?
they
We need to temper our expectations out of Danny. Uh,
yeah, but
Danny,
he's gonna.
if what's his name does well out of what school's he? SC? Where's he from? Anyway, if Ronnie does well, Danny's in trouble.
Oh, Ronnie, I don't think Ronnie's gonna get any much playing time this year. I think they like him. Um, I think they like him, but I don't see him taking Danny Gray's place on the roster. You
Okay.
know, he if he takes the time and he prepares right, I think he's gonna earn a spot on the roster. But I don't know. We've got a whole lot of wide receivers, man. I don't know who's gonna be after Brandon Aiyuk and Debo, and I don't even know if uh Juwan Jennings. I don't know if his third or fourth wide receiver position is still his for the taking. I don't know. We're gonna see, but I don't think that Danny. I think Danny Gray. Uh, I think his speed and athleticism alone, it sets him apart. He can definitely become a better route runner and a better blocker. He can gain strength. I think he's probably going to come in stronger and maybe even faster. So we'll see. I hope he
Yeah,
does, because
it's up to him how as long as he works hard, because when you got buried on the depth chart like he did last year, he's got to bust butt this year to get in good favor. That's why I
yeah,
say you got to be able to do more than just run fast. So he's going to have to do some things that place him above, because he's behind Jawan Jennings, way behind right now, right? So he's
yeah,
got to get it done. But because we need his speed, and I wish he would.
yeah. So like I said, I hope he does. And I know the 49ers can get him the ball in space, and I know he can make things happen because of his speed. So I just hope he does. I hope he impresses Kyle Shanahan, and he's able to get out there and make plays happen, because they drafted him to throw the ball down the field, and that's what I want to see him
and
do.
and take the top off the defense, Danny.
Oh
You know,
yeah, oh yeah.
if nobody thinks that you're capable, they're not going to pay any attention to him. So he's got to be a threat, and that's why I
But they
said
know
Bell is a
but they know
downfield threat.
oh yeah, they know he's capable. But will they give him the ball? That's the issue.
He,
You know.
Charles,
So I don't.
if he shows capability, believe it, they are definitely going to go to him. He's got the speed, but you can't be, you know, not getting open and guys half your speed or keeping up with you all the way down the field. You gotta
Yeah,
bust separation. Get loose. Go. He didn't show that last year. Not really.
yeah. You know, so I'm excited about the wide receiver core. My only concern is the defensive back core. I just like I said before, I really wish we'd signed some other, at least one or two other veterans to compete like we did with the offensive line. But we'll see.
Charles, did you see anybody available that you liked? Who was out there?
I don't really know because I don't keep up with the really good cornerbacks in this league.
Yeah,
Well, the marginal cornerbacks in this league. I don't keep up with them. So I,
yeah,
I
because the
don't
real
really
good
know who.
quarterbacks, they're already working. So, picking up guys like Luter, yeah, these are we got some DBs this year out of the draft. The guys you're talking about are already working, and they come out every year. There's one or two that get paid
Yeah,
huge paydays, right? So that's who they
yeah.
are, and that's why they go to the teams they go to. But I don't know. We got the best coach for our defensive secondary. So I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a weak spot. And in fact, it could be a position of strength this year.
But we
Uh,
just don't have really good depth. That's my issue.
yeah.
We got all these people on the defensive line, they're lined up, battling for spots, but we don't have that depth on the cornerback. So that's my only concern. You know.
That secondary, that defensive front, like all gas, no brakes. We can still say we can do that. Guys coming off the bench, you're going to keep the heat up. The secondary, they don't really rotate a lot anyway. So whoever starts, as long as they're not hurt, they're going to stay out there for most of
Every
the
time,
day.
every time I see a clip of somebody was showing a clip of Diamador Lenore,
Yeah,
and every time I see him out there, man, he reminds me of Scrappy Doo.
yeah, he
You
is.
know,
He got better and
he
better
reminds
last year. Uh,
well, he reminds me of Scrappy Doo. He's Scrappy Doo. He's nobody really takes him serious, and they're just like, okay, we see your mouth running, but
Charles,
what are you
the
really gonna
hyena
do?
made some plays last year, though. Lots of them.
Yeah, but I mean, he didn't look. How did he make plays? He was back in the zone. He didn't make plays when he was running neck and neck with the wide receiver, and he turned around, the ball's in the air, and he out jumped. He made plays when he was sitting in his zone, or maybe
Uh,
somebody.
no,
That's
no,
how he
no,
made plays. He didn't make. He
no.
was he
Remember,
wasn't making plays because of his coverage skills.
his
You know,
he's got, didn't he have a couple INTs? You know what he's learning? He's learning and learning fast how to utilize his strengths as a cornerback. And a lot of guys can't ever make that happen. So, Charles, I'm telling you, we got to run a bet on this dude. Keep an eye on my boy Demo. He's
like
working
but
hard to
like I
prove people wrong.
But like, he has physical limitations that
So did Richard
that are
Sherman.
gonna. Uh,
So did Richard Sherman.
yeah, but he had no. But I mean, Richard Sherman is 6'3". He was tall and long,
Yeah.
and you know, deep. He's 5'10", and
Uh,
he's got short arms and short legs. So
and
that's what
vicious.
I call him. I call him Scrappy Doo because he just.
Charles, we got to roll. Okay, I tell you what, I always love talking to Charles because you and I on different players have different points of view. I love talking about it.
Yeah, like this, and you know,
I see it.
I remember.
I'm looking for you Tuesday. Happy holiday, fam.
All right, Rumbo. Have a good night.
You too, Charles. There he goes, Charles. Boy, I bet he loves him some Demo. I'm telling you right now, I'm looking for Demo to take it up another level this year. Ambry Thomas used to be my dude, and Ambry's proven, man, I don't feel like playing, man. Demo, man, you out there busting ass, embarrassing me. Hey, yo, KC.
Man,
Casey. Casey, you were here a minute ago. I heard you. Casey. Casey. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Hey,
Ronbo,
Casey.
my bad.
There
Can I
he
get
is.
you to come back to me?
Yeah, we can do that. All right.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. All right. Yo, Jesus.
Yo, Ron, go.
Jesus. Long time no hear from you, fam. What's up?
What's up, brother? I'm good, man. I've been working, trying to get my health better. I got
Jesus, what's
some
wrong?
great news.
Okay, good. Give us that.
You know, we're going to add another family member to the 49er Empire. Your boy's going to be a dad for the first time.
You got one in the oven, don't you? Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Make sure
I'm gonna be
wifey's
a
looking
dad.
at but make sure wifey looks at a lot of clips of 49er football. And he'll come in just born to be a 49er fan.
Oh, yeah. I switched my fiance. She used to be a loser Raider fan, but now she's a winning Niner fan.
You know, Raider fans, they're everywhere. Every family knows at least one or two Raider fans, you know? And they never stop talking. Even when they're getting their brains beat out. Still talking. But hey, Jesus, congratulations on that. It's good. That should be awesome.
Yo, thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
And
Thank you.
And your health, did you call a while back and tell us about COVID or what's everything okay?
No, I had something. I was diagnosed with horseshoe kidney, and I just kind of need to watch. I kind of need to watch that, you know. But it's a birth defect, and I kind of got diagnosed with it because it started hurting.
Oh.
But all is good. It's a lot better now. Everything's getting on track, so we're good now.
All right. Well, tonight we're looking at Aiyuk since he's established himself as the premier route runner on this football team, and as a matter of fact, he's starting to look like the most durable pass catcher we got. You know, so and to predict that he's going to do well this year, especially when he can get paid next year, I got a feeling Aiyuk's going to be on fire. What's that song? Aiyuk, Aiyuk. Aiyuk is on fire. You know, I'm looking for that song to be sung a lot. Can't wait to do it during the games. We're making predictions. I got it well over 1,000 yards. What are you thinking?
Just about 1,000. Just about 1,000.
Because he is number 3. But Jesus, you know, Debo's going to be a gadget player. Now, see what happens with Debo is I'm looking at this like this, because you look at CMC. CMC is starting to really take a little bit off of Debo's plate, take a little bit more, take a little bit more. You know, I don't know how long that's going to be before Debo has got just a few things left on his plate, maybe the bread and a couple of carrots and some peas. You know, that's it.
Yeah.
But Debo's still my dude for now. But go ahead.
You know, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we try to keep Aiyuk and just try to send Debo off. You know, I'm not trying to be that fan, the one that's going to try to stir up some drama or anything.
I don't do
but,
it.
you know,
I still love
Aiyuk
Debo.
Aiyuk is definitely – oh, yeah, Debo's definitely the workhorse of the receivers. You know, he's the best wide out, you know.
And I love when he gets that ball.
You know, we got Kittle. Fun. You know, we have receivers, we have weapons, but, you know, we're lacking on the most important position, Ronbo, is quarterback. You know, imagine if we had a real pocket passer. Imagine if we had a real pocket passer, Ronbo. Imagine with all the weapons we have right now. We're built to win. We need to get the quarterback situation solved.
We've been built to win for
our
the last
cornerback.
three seasons, 4 actually. Huh. So yeah, you're right. Well, stop switching quarterbacks every year. Please get somebody in there that can gel and get roll with this offense, and they respect him and they do. You know, they're always on the same page. You know, a new quarterback every year is really a death nail. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll see. It's annoying.
Ronbo, how many quarterbacks did we go to last year where we're still 1 game away? Imagine if we had a full, healthy quarterback that knew the scheme. Imagine 3 different guys had to go through the season until we went with Josh Johnson in the NFC Championship. But we ain't going to talk about that.
No,
We're not going to talk about that.
Oh, thank you.
You know, but we are going to talk about Trey, Jimmy, and Brock.
No.
You know,
Trey,
if Brock's healthy,
Sam and Brock.
No. I'm talking about last season. Coming into the new season.
Okay.
You know, but Sam Darnold. If he's the best option for until the season starts, then let it be him. But we're still losing with the Trey Lance trade.
Yeah.
We're still losing with the Trey Lance trade because
2 first-round draft picks.
The majority, a big part of our fan base still wants Brock Purdy. I want Brock Purdy. The man's undefeated in the regular season. The man, he has unfinished business with this team. People could call me crazy, but hey, I'm rooting for Brock Purdy to come back healthy. I'm willing to take a loss with Trey Lance and just trade him because I don't think he's going to fully recover. And, once you have a leg injury like that, you're not going to come back and be as mobile as you once were. He's going to probably be scared in the pocket.
See, that's what that kind of concerns me too. Have you ever hurt your foot, Jesus? I always wonder. I've had ankles that had me screaming like a baby, but I can't imagine a full break. I've had sprains. I can't imagine what a break feels like. And when I run back out on the field again, am I going to be as gung-ho as I might have been before I felt that pain? Mentally, it does work on you. I hear you on that. I'm worried. I talked about that before.
Oh, yeah, because especially Trey Lance is not a pocket passer. He's more of a mobile type of quarterback. He's a scrambler.
Well,
he's not really meant to be behind the pocket 100% of the time, or 90% of the time. He's going to be moving around, and that's what we wanted. That's what the Niners wanted back in 2021 or 2020, whatever we got him.
Yeah, but Steve Young was the same way. Remember Steve Young? Well, you're probably too young for Steve, but Young had some rubber bands, large bands they put on his legs, so he couldn't run. It's like training wheels to make sure, Steve, damn it, stay in that pocket, survey the field, and make a shot. Because Young was always ready. As soon as he got the ball, he got on his horse. That doesn't work in the NFL. You gotta use your protection. Your receivers got to run route, and you got to hit them and put that ball out there in front of them and throw them open and things like that. This is the essence of Kyle Shanahan's offense. He does that more than probably anybody in the league. So you're right. He's going to work on that. He's worked on a lot of things. He's made some improvements in some places that, as Papa Dragon pointed out, he went somewhere else to learn it, not with the 49ers. And now maybe he learned some things about the offense as well that he can better incorporate skills and know-how, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things. You remember when Alex Smith wasn't really like mobile, like wasn't really running like 100% of the time until like our 2011 season when we became good, and he started running, throwing it to Vernon Davis. I mean, I just think that it's one of those situations is that hey, we had Greg Roman at the time. We don't really have a Greg Roman offensive coordinator.
I agree. Okay, Greg Roman's already got Lamar Jackson hurt how many times? So we don't want the quarterback running all the time. It's definitely even pocket quarterbacks can get hurt. But if you're running a majority of the time, you are definitely going to get hurt. And so, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
still think that we're gonna be good. I still feel like we're still gonna obviously take the division. I hate to be cocky. The Rams suck.
Yeah. Well,
shout out to all the hating Ram fans in our comments. Try to talk when they haven't beaten us in regular season in years.
Yeah. Except the one. That wasn't regular season, by the way, was it? They beat us once.
No, that wasn't.
I forgot.
That wasn't regular season.
They beat us once since 2018. It's 2023.
The Rams are a freaking joke.
And then you got the
They
Cardinals.
literally paid for that ring.
Oh yeah, you went out and got everybody who could. Now they don't have a dime. Hey, but and the Cardinals are in rebuild. The Hawks are going to be a little bit of a confrontation though. They've worked hard to remain competitive. Pete Carroll and that organization, I gotta tip my hat to them. They stay in the way. They stayed in the way last year. They got swept, beat 3 times, but they fought hard every time, and it was interesting.
I look degenerate over there chewing gum. I ain't worried about Pete Carroll. Even if they beat us, they'll probably beat us once, and that'll probably be on a crucial play where they just somehow got away with
Fourth
something
quarter.
because Seattle always gets away with something.
Seattle
always gets away with something.
Especially in Seattle. It's just unbelievable.
If they beat us, it's because of that.
Well, they picked up a couple of draft picks, and last year's draft picks were good. They got another year of maturity. I don't see them beating the 49ers, but it could be interesting. Hey, Zeus, good to hear from you. Well, listen, get him Tuesday. I'll be looking for you. All right.
All right, Ronbo. Thank you for taking my call. Shout out to the 49er Empire.
Hey, and say hey to Eddie E for me, and the rest of you guys.
Got you.
All right, fam.
Got you.
Night, Jesus.
All right, my brother. You have a blessed night. Thank you.
We come back to Casey, who was probably placing a bet when we called him earlier. Oh, come in, Casey.
You're Ronbo.
Casey.
Casey.
Casey, I got to ask you, because the fact that you're in this arena, tomorrow's game, Celtics versus Heat. Are you going to get involved in that? Huh?
Ronbo, I'm at the Cannabis Club. Can you come back to me?
I knew it. All right, Casey, go ahead.
Thank you, bud. Take
that next drag. All right, I'll get back to you. Thank you.
All right, we're here. Thank you.
Hey, Mark.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Mark, man, we're still up here talking about one of the better receivers in the NFL, even though they rank him at number 20. It's probably not fair. Brandon Aiyuk is a bad boy. The problem is he's on a team with a lot of bad boys, so he can't get the ball. Mark, I was just joking, but you know what? Here's the thing. Brandon Aiyuk, on a lot of teams like the Giants or something like that, he'd be option 1. With the 49ers, the boy is 3. This just goes to show you how Shanahan and Lynch have built that team. But I said, hey, Brandon's still gonna have a big year. Well, I got it 4,000 yards minimum, and then plus.
Right.
What are you thinking?
Yeah. So, remember I got on a call with you maybe a couple of shows ago, and I said that in 2020, I think 2021, 2022, I was watching a little bit of his clips from his rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed his route running and his size. So in 2020, he was a lot bigger. So I was looking, in 2020, he was a lot bigger running his route. And then when you look at him now, he's a lot more leaner, a lot more stronger. So you can tell he's improving, getting better,
At NFL
working on
training.
his craft.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Debo. I'm not going to talk about that.
But
so.
Debo's,
So,
even as we speak, he's having macaroni and cheese in a mixing bowl. Debo! Let me count all that carbohydrate. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. But, So, and deep between Debo and Aiyuk, if we had to get rid of them, just because of longevity. Debo, the thing about Debo is he can't stay healthy. That's the problem we have with him. He's not a route receiver like Aiyuk. I'd rather have Aiyuk to break the defense down, or you saw what he did today. A couple of the other corners in the league just embarrasses him. I'd rather we need a guy like that. Yeah. So he gets under people's skin, and the best thing is he blocks. He blocks, and I think Kyle loves that.
Job. Yeah.
He blocks. Him, Jawan, they do a really good job of blocking. I think Kyle likes that a lot. So I think he'll be around a lot.
It's a policy.
I'm sure Debo blocks, but you don't really see it on film.
Yeah, I've seen him block. But the thing is, Debo's usually that freight train running across the middle of the field, and they just drop the ball off to him, and he's on his way. He focuses on that. Actually, Debo doesn't even need a lot of people blocking. Get out of the street, everybody. That's the thing with Debo. So that's the kind of runner he is. But that's a different kind of wide receiver. Now, Aiyuk is actually technically more skilled. So.
Yeah. Hey, Ronbo, I want you to say, can you say what you said to the last caller, that one stat? I want Rudy to hear it one more time.
It's predicting to you talk about the NFC West?
Yeah.
And who's going to be worth, and who's going to actually be a threat to the 49ers? I said,
the last time that the Rams beat the 49ers.
Back in 2018? And I might be off on that.
No. That's right. That's absolutely right.
Did they beat us? No, I think they beat us once in 2018. That's right. That's right.
Remember we split. Oh no, they swept us in 2018.
2017.
And in 2017, I think we split, and then 2016 we just swept them only 2 wins.
Yeah, because that was Kaepernick. That was Cap's last year.
Yeah.
And that was the only 2 wins we had.
Yeah.
Then 2017, I think they got us once, maybe twice. They might have swept us that 2017.
Yeah, we did.
Then 2018, Garoppolo arrived, and he came in there and took them out twice.
Yep.
And then from that point on, they did not see the light of day as far as the victory goes against the 49ers until even Nick Mullins beat them up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yep. So what they had to do, it took a couple years to get that super team going just to beat the 49ers. I knew it was coming.
And yes, and they didn't do, and still we swept them in that Super Bowl season. Swept. The broom was all upside that year. Yeah. And they finally got away as we finally got too hurt to play them in that NFC CG.
And that's why I will never go against John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, because I always feel like they know what they're doing.
Mike Livingston, Jimmy came late in 17. I don't think he faced the Rams that year. He may have.
Did we? I don't think it. I don't know. 2017.
You know what? I think he did.
No, he didn't. He didn't. Because remember we started 0-6. He didn't. Yeah, he wasn't there yet.
Did we already play the Rams every game we were going to play them that year? Maybe.
No, he played them. Because remember the Rams game we played was that Thursday night shootout game back in 2017. We had Brian Hoyer.
Right.
And then we played the Rams the last game of the year. We won those 5 straight, and we ended up beating them. Then Marquise had that crazy, scary injury. That was I'll never forget that.
You know, it's so funny. Jimmy did come in 2017. At the end of the year, CJ got hurt by the Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
That was the 17 season. Jimmy came in because they weren't letting him out there. They didn't want to put him out there until later. And CJ got hurt. And he had to come in. And the Rams were the next couple of weeks. That was the beginning of the Rams ownership by JG. Damn it, they got away that one friggin' time. Okay. Anyway. We got, you know what? Aiyuk, though, I tell you, I don't know who's going to quarterback. But we'll find that out in about a month, I guess. Because, Brock's going to start throwing this week. And then Trey's got to he's got to take Sam Darnold down. And then they'll know what they're going to do.
Yeah, when I see Brandon Aiyuk, he just looks like he just plays with his, like he's always angry, like he has something to prove, like a chip on his shoulder.
Check it. Like you said, he was bigger back in 20. Remember, Brandon Aiyuk was all up, and you know how big Fred is? Fred makes Brandon look little.
Oh, yeah.
And Brandon was all up in his chest trying to beat his ass. he wasn't playing, too. Brandon Aiyuk, he's got some mean in him. I like that. Oh!
That's what we need.
Back up, Brandon. Fred is too much, man.
Pretty soon they're gonna start. If he has his crazy season this year, they're gonna start doubling him like they doubled Debo.
Yeah, but you know what? You can't do
that. Gives you a chance. Other guys.
Mark, that's the beauty of it all. You cannot double anybody on that offense now, because if you do that, all the rest of the guys are extremely capable. So you go ahead and double Brandon. Good. Now Debo's running loose because he's got one guy on him. you know, you got George Kittle. You better put somebody over there, guys. Your safety's already being used, all right? So, you know, you guys doubling up on people. Boy, I tell you what, CMC is chomping at the bit for y'all to double up on all the other guys. No! What you gonna do now? I can't wait for the season.
Yeah. You got Eagles fan. Oh well, we figured it out. We figured out the. No, y'all didn't. We got hurt.
What is it? Eagles fans are very. They remind me of the Hawks and the Rams, just making science fiction up. Only a couple of them acknowledge the fact that, you know, had they not lost their starting quarterback, it might have been a different game. You can't even say that. It might have been a different game. It wasn't automatic you were going to win. You was in the process of getting scored on when you broke Brock's arm. Damn it.
Well, that's it. That's all I got for you, Ronbo, tonight.
All right, Mike. Appreciate that, fam. Tell you what, I'll be back Tuesday, and let's see what develops in camp. Since the media's not covering anything, this is OTAs where nobody has to show up if they don't want to, so that's why it's not serious. But all right. Mark,
all right, Ronbo.
Great to hear from you, fam. All right. Night, Mark. Happy Memorial Day. And, hey, Brian, is that the law? You can hear his horse pulling up, ties it to the rack there. Marks to the saloon swing doors, crash. And that's for a drink.
Coming to you all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. The law says, know your damn role and shut your mouth.
He's talking to you, Rams. Why you running around in that chat like a bunch of roaches that need to be sprayed? Brian.
What's up, Ronbo? How
Brandon
you doing?
Aiyuk. Brandon Aiyuk is looking like the dude that could be busted butt this year. You know how people do? Before they're about to get paid, somehow they miraculously have their best years. This is all the time. So I suspect it's going to be the same with Brandon. Brandon's going to be calling for the ball all the time. You know, I'm open. I got a guy. This dude can't guard me. What? All right.
Yeah.
1-1. We got you, man. Let's go. Break. And, you know, so bam. I can see that. I can vision that already. You know? God. We got 3 guys on this team. No, we got 4 guys on this team that require doubling. Brandon at this point is going to have to be Debo, George, and if they don't know, they better do something about CMC because the dude is serious.
Right, yeah. Hey, first of all, Ronbo, I want to back you up. I didn't get a chance to get in on the other conversation last week about the other night about what's his name? D-Hop.
Oh, yeah, DeAndre.
First of all, yeah. First of all, I want to say, hold on a second, Ronbo.
Go ahead.
No, it's West Carolina. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Wait,
I was saying,
Brian,
Ronbo.
Brian, one question. Is somebody confused as to what part of the Carolinas they're in?
Yeah, they I'm getting off. No, Ronbo, I'm getting off work. We changing shifts. He just wanted to know.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
but as I was saying, first of all, Ronbo, hey, either way, we good. If we get D-Hop, that's like you get the pancakes and you want to know that you want extra syrup or whatever. You can take it or whatever, you know. But be assured that if we take on D-Hop, somebody got to go, and it may be what's his name, the wide receiver, the slot guy.
Well, it was between Ray and you think of Juwan Jennings?
Yeah, Juwan Jennings. Yeah. He might be the odd man out. You know?
But now remember, Brian, you got to keep some depth at that spot.
But we good.
Yeah.
But if we don't get D-Hop, we still good.
I know, right?
Yeah.
D-Hop would just be overkill.
And we have it, and like I said, Ronbo, we got the administration. They're not gonna turn down. They're gonna look at everything. They let it be known.
Guaranteed.
We're gonna look at everything. You know, they're gonna look at all. You know, they're gonna look at all issues. They're gonna look at ins and outs or whatever. You know,
anything that's gonna make us better. That's their motto.
But it's going to be if we do get him, it's got to be on a super duper discount, and I mean I can see him, and I mean that still be Arsenal. Just think about it. You can have D-Hop on one end, Aiyuk on the other.
Oh.
Move Debo to the slot.
Oh.
And then you still got Kittle, and you got CMC?
CMC.
Yeah.
You can double if you want to, defense.
God.
Go ahead, please do.
Who you gonna double? Yep. But I don't know. It's going to. But Ronbo, it's going to depend on what he wants. What do you want? What do you really want?
Okay. Well, I already saw that article, and D-Hop he said he ain't planning no discount. D-Hop is going to get paid over $20 million this year from the Cardinals, and he's still talking about, no, I ain't coming in with no discount. I'm DeAndre Hopkins. Got to pay me.
Right.
D-Hop, you ain't played. Okay. Last year you was hurt most of the time, and you gonna come in and talk about how you got to get paid? No, man. Yeah. Keep moving.
You keep chasing it. Let's see and see somebody like him. He's 30. He's working on 30. He in the 30 neighborhood.
Yeah.
And you're gonna mess around. You're gonna be too busy chasing the bag instead of chasing the ring.
Yeah. Him and Clowney gonna be sitting back watching games from home.
Right.
So, yeah. Because and also, Brian, I don't want this kind of player on my team. Why? Because it's about the money with him mostly. And at this point in his career, if it's not about the ring, I don't like where his head's at. So he can just keep moving.
Yeah.
If you need.
And that's what And that's what I was saying, Ronbo. I said it depends on what he wants, But you got to come in with an understanding. We've been there. We've been there, Ronbo.
Yep.
He hasn't been. I mean, he hasn't been there.
Not even close. And he should be hungry for that. Yeah.
Right. You want to play on a great defense? Well, we've had some number ones. For that we had some number ones. Yeah. I think we fit the checklist. We've had great defenses.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a stable staff.
Mm-hmm.
We have a stable administration.
Mm-hmm. And people talk about how they like playing for Kyle Shanahan's offensive system. So I don't know what else he could ask for. He should come in and say, "Give me $3 million and call it a day. Let's go." What are you talking about? I got to get paid more. No, you don't need to get paid more. What do you need?
Oh man, he's been hurt. I'm thinking, how you gonna ask for something like this? Man, you ought to be glad you can take what you can get.
And from a team like the 49ers, where they're poised, and you could make that difference. You could be the reason why that ring has slipped on your finger. Come on in here, man. Stop clowning around. $3 million.
I'm so glad.
$4 million.
Hey, Ronbo.
26.
Yeah, I'm glad Ronbo. Tom Brady didn't take that attitude.
I know.
Tom
That's
Brady
why.
never had a big. Tom Brady had never had a big payday.
See, but Tom still made plenty of money in other ways, and that's why he had all them Super Bowls, because he was surrounded by good supporting cast all the time, just about all the time.
Right. Yeah. So I'm thinking, Ronbo. I'm not gonna hold my breath. I don't think he's gonna be with us.
I don't either.
He might wind up in Dallas or somewhere. I think he's gonna wind up in Dallas. Or somewhere.
I do too. I thought about that.
Yeah.
Because the Jets probably aren't that interested. Baltimore wants him. Dallas wants him. I think there's one more team involved in the mix too. That third team, I don't think he would be interested. Is the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I want him to go. You know what? And I want him to go to Dallas. So when they come to us this year and we whoop that ass again, then he'll make them think like, hey, this could have been part of you. You could have been part of this.
Mm-hmm. It's
Please go to the Cowboys. I want him to go to the Cowboys.
Please
go to the Cowboys.
I couldn't believe that article I read. D-Hop talking about he ain't coming to no discount. What? D-Hop's getting paid mad money from the Cardinals. anything he gets will be pocket change, even if it's upwards of $5 million or $5 million south.
He might well took a discount. You took a discount when you signed up with the Cardinals.
No, the Cardinals.
What have they done? What have they done?
As far as winning, yeah. But Diop got paid for sitting around having a good time all last year. A lot.
Yeah.
That's why they cut it.
They had to have a yard. Yeah, Cardinals had to have a yard sale too.
Yep. And as I say, he did not play much last year for that what he was getting paid. And they tried to trade him, and everybody said, "Oh, no, we'll pass. Thanks." Because they knew the Cardinals were going to cut him. Now they called him in and asked him, "All right, we'll give you $4 million." What? No, you won't. And he leaves. So
that's crazy. Yeah. But yeah. Other than that, I mean, we'll take him. You know, unless he's gonna take a homeboy discount. You know, that's the only way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think most of our front end players, they've already, you know, renegotiated their contracts, so they're not gonna, you know.
Yeah. No, but we're not cutting any more salaries.
So,
the
not
priority now is
salaries, right?
Yeah, the priority now is to get Nick Bosa done up, and then that's that's the big fish. We gotta sign the big fish. Yep, that's gonna be a healthy payday.
We got to.
Yeah,
right. I know it. I think he's gonna break the. Now he's definitely gonna break the bank,
and deservedly so.
But But Brandon Aiyuk. You know, if he can stay, hopefully he can stay healthy.
Yeah, well, he's had 3 years.
He can stay healthy, have a good year this year, and you know.
Yeah, he's
been a good year, and you know.
Yeah, I believe he will. Well, Brian, I'll let you get back to whatever you was doing. Happy Memorial Day. I'll be back Tuesday and looking for you. All right.
All right. All right, Ronbo, shout out to you. Shout out to the faithful. Shout out to production. And guess what?
Yeah.
The law is out.
Appreciate you, Brian. Always a pleasure. Don't be late. Let me see you Tuesday. All right, Phil.
Yes, sir. All right.
Let's check on Casey. I wish we had a camera on him to see exactly what is he doing.
Ronbo.
Casey, yeah, you get it done?
I'm sorry about that.
No need. It's always fun watching you. I wish you're the kind of guy that should actually be. You could be one of the Kardashians, and we just sort of follow you around.
I don't know about that, Rumble. I'm probably more one of the characters on Reno 911.
That's right. You're not in California, so you can. Of the herbal essence is not acceptable in Nevada, is it? You know, it should be. Yeah, it is. It is, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no, it's recreational.
I think it was accepted before it was in Cali.
It's not as good as Cali, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You know, the things I miss most about the Bay Area are the women, weed, and weather.
Women. Oh, the 3 W's. WWW.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that Reno girls aren't smoking?
No, man. They're smoking. They're beautiful in their own right. To be completely honest, I miss the pretentiousness of the Bay Area women. I miss.
Well, then there is that.
The long eyelashes and girls that take care of themselves really well. So I mean, it's different out here. It's different.
Listen, by the way, if you happen to be viewing from the Nevada area, the border around Reno, Casey's comments are not reflection of this particular channel, but the comments are.
Hey, Ronbo, everywhere I go, I see the same. You know what I'm saying, Ronbo.
I do.
There's beautiful people all over the world.
That's absolutely true. Hey, Case, now, Brandon Aiyuk, talk about him a bit. Now, I got...
Ronbo, I'm thinking about him tonight, hearing everyone else talk about him. And, the only thing that concerns me is that, God forbid he gets hurt before he gets paid. He do a lot of money. I understand him for millions this year. There's just so many players over the years that are due for contracts and playing for overtime.
Casey, Your connection's broken up. We're getting every other word.
I'm sorry, Rumble. I'm on the bus, Rumble. I'm sorry, man.
No, it's.
I'm
great.
just saying.
It's great right
you know,
now.
if he, yeah,
go ahead.
If he gets hurt before he gets paid, because there's just so many players in the league that, show out and get hurt right before their payday. So that's the only thing I'm concerned about.
And we all are. That happens a lot around the NFL, and we dodge that bullet a lot. Actually,
yeah.
We get guys get hurt after they get paid, but not usually early enough to get not pay them. So it is a fighting situation.
When it comes
to
and when it comes to the offense, Brandon is probably the most durable player on the team.
Yeah, he does not he does not come up. He may tweak a muscle or something, but it's nothing serious. He's played through hammies actually. So
yeah, he's played full season last 2 years. So
yeah, and led the team
that's
in offensive yards.
Pretty tough.
Yeah,
18 week season. So I don't know. If I were the 49ers, I'd find a way to.
You'd sign what?
Trade Eric Armstead or something. I'd find a way for the Niners to trade Eric Armstead or something. Move enough money to get Brandon locked in.
Yeah, but get somebody to replace Armstead, because Armstead may be one of the most underrated defensive linemen we have. He does a lot of dirty work. This year, you may see that guy we saw in 2019. Now that he won't be doing the dirty work and absorbing all those blockers, because he was the scariest guy not named Nick Bosa last year, right? So they double Eric and single up on everybody else, right? Now you double up on Eric, and Hargraves is just going to go buck wild, right? And Nick hopes you do double on Eric. So, Eric Armstead now will be free to get out there because you can't double team him now. It's too risky. I'm looking for him to have a minimum of 8 sacks this year.
I hope so. He's getting paid to have 8 sacks this year. I'd probably package him and Kinlaw and
You can't put Kinlaw on the package. You won't get anything. That's one of those deals where, hey, Case, I got a deal for you, man. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to give you Eric Armstead. You saw his stats last year. Guy picked up 8 sacks. He is what we call the middle guy that nobody thought about that gets it done each and every week. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw Javon Kinlaw into the mix, and you just give me your second-round pick. Excuse me, who is this? This is John Lynch. John, don't call me for this kind of foolishness again. You can't throw Javon Kinlaw in there, Casey. If you were making a deal like that, you can't throw Javon in. Javon's got to show somebody he can stay on the field and make plays.
Exactly, Ronbo. I'm here to talk about the San Francisco 49ers. I love the energy Javon brings. I don't understand why it hasn't manifested on the field.
Well, yeah,
everything I've seen from the guy shows me he's fully capable.
He is.
Sometimes just gotta get the right opportunities. The
guy's a monster. Release the Kraken. Come on, Javon.
Yeah. Plus, I really want him to give it to Grant.
And he does.
Like Grant Eater's words. Yeah. Let's go. You know what, Ronbo? Let's go. Shout out to Javon Kinlaw. We got double-digit sacks.
Javon, we're thinking about you, man. Let's go, Javon. Yes. He'll be all right. From all reports so far, the people have seen him said he looks good. Did he look good this time last year? I think he was still in pain.
Yeah, I think this time last year he was talking Grant Cohen about
keep my name out your mouth. You know what though? Yeah. When did he have that reconstructive surgery? Was that that it needed a year to heal anyway? See, like Pop was talking about earlier, they throw these guys back out there too soon. They send them to the 49ers doctors. I hate to believe that our doctors are working for the 49ers in that capacity, whereas we will do what's best for the team. Damn the health of the player. I'm gonna clear him. He's gonna be able to play. What? No.
Those lower body injuries are tough to come back from.
They really are. Legs are everything when you're playing any kind of sport. They got to be right. So we'll see. I think Javon might be.
One way or the other, Ronbo. One way or the other, they have a lot to live up to. They did a lot last year. So anything short of the NFC Championship game with the healthy quarterback is going to feel like a bust. So
no, it's Super Bowl or bust, Casey. No, NFC CG is not a difficult thing for us to get to. Apparently, it's time to stop with the NFC CG and get the damn trophy. So I don't have to put up with Rudy on Twitter. McVay just posted. McVay's got a statue up, and he well deserved. Well deserved. You guys got one Super Bowl to go along with your one other. There was no reason to throw a statue up. I don't hear what's what. Oh, so I want that to end.
They just announced that Levi's hosting the Super Bowl, so maybe they are going to have so much good energy around that. At Levi's that that'll be ingrained in them.
They know something we don't know. Yeah, I know. See, because it's 2050, the 50th Super Bowl and 60. So we're talking. Are we 2 years away or 3 years away from 57? We just did 57, right? Super Bowl 56. Yeah, in
2026.
So we got 3 years ago, and yeah. Will we have, Casey? The question is, will we finally have a quarterback that goes from year to year for a little while? At least 3 or 4 years. We weren't looking at another quarterback. We weren't auditioning anybody. We weren't drafting for a quarterback. This guy, it's his team.
But it's not. It's really not too much of a question for me. I feel like this injury to Brock was obviously a terrible injury and terribly timed injury. But seeing the consistent results that Kyle has had in San Francisco with so many people, I'm sure even if Sam Darnold goes in, it's really surprising with Josh Johnson. That whole thing is really surprising. That's not a good look, for that argument.
I understand Johnson.
On the
signed
flip
with Baltimore.
side, on the flip side, that's a terrible sample size to grade Josh Johnson on. And if you could give Josh Johnson, another 5 games or something to grade him with Shanahan, I'm sure it would be a lot
I do agree to throw him in that situation was asking probably too much. But Josh has been around the league for a long time.
Hey, good luck, man. You got to go, and that's basically like throwing him into the movie 300.
Let's see what you can do. Casey, you got to go. I'll be back Tuesday, see if something develops, and see what's going on.
Reverend Ronbo, thank you.
You're
favorite
always welcome,
time of
Casey.
the night.
All right.
Yeah,
get back in there
you, Ronbo, man.
And tell all the girls of Reno how much you appreciate them. All right? Hey, see you Tuesday. Hey, all right. You want some Latino heat? Latino heat. Emilio.
What's happening? That was kind of quick. Must be a lot of people today.
No, as a matter of fact, it's Memorial Day. People are doing what you're doing. I bet you. I know you got the grill out. No, you usually do that over your mother-in-law's house, huh?
No, not this weekend. I didn't do that.
All right. Well, barbecuing it don't necessarily have to be on Memorial Day weekends.
I don't get the day off.
Oh,
I work tomorrow anyway.
All right. Well, you can talk some ball then. So I'm talking about Brandon Aiyuk, and I'm thinking that he's going to have a great year because you know how players do before they get paid. They just suddenly take the game up a notch. So Brandon actually did it last year.
I've been advocating for you. You heard me for BA.
Yeah, you've been getting rid of Debo.
He just needs to get the ball more.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, because like I said, I don't really. Of course, Debo did what he did, but he still is. He's our gadget player. Need a winning run, throw him a couple slants here and there, but no. Our number one receiver is BA.
Yeah.
He just needs the ball more, a lot more.
Call his number.
And it looked like with Purdy, he got the ball more. It's just, we thought we were going to see him and Trey, but, unfortunately he got hurt. But I don't know, maybe it depends what goes on. Maybe if Trey does start week 1, we'll see, maybe they'll have a good connection. So,
Well, you're right.
I'm
Ayuk is
ready
definitely
for
going to get more of the line. I don't know if he's going to get the lion's share, but they definitely have to move him up from that status of third set of hands. We maybe put him in 2.5 at the most, but he can't be the third guy.
No, I mean, it wasn't technically the third guy. It was just kind of what they made it seem like. You see he got his first down, he got a touchdown, so he gets it done. It kind of changed when we got McCaffrey. Changed a little bit, so it didn't go from just a run team. It was just everybody was getting the ball, so it's just kind of hard when we do have Kittle, Debo, and
because McCaffrey, what do you rank him on the pecking order? Because I look at McCaffrey and Debo as them two dudes you're talking about, the gadget guys, the guys who can do a little everything.
No, he's more like I said. He's not the scapegoat, but it benefits Purdy or whoever's out there like Jimmy. He's out there. Dump it off to him, and he can. It's just you look what Debo did. He just instead of throwing it to Debo every time, he was going crazy with it, getting a first down, 20 plus yards. Almost every time you gave that man the ball, even if you threw it to him, he was going wild. So.
Yeah. You definitely got a first down coming up. If he's anywhere near the first down marker, we got it. So give him the ball.
So that is beneficial. It just keeps with him and keeps the change moving. Of course, like I said, we want. I don't know, some of us, and I know I'm sure throw the ball more. Of course, we want that flat. See that flashy receiver. That's why I was like, they need to get BA the ball more. It would help. I actually want to see that more because last time it's rare for us to really see us go deep and throw the ball deep down the field. So we kind of need that a little bit more in this offense. It'd be great.
Yeah,
so
it'll actually help to run, actually, because Kyle wants to run.
It would open everything. It would open everything up a lot more. So it's just I've been wanting to see that. Like I said, with BA, you saw it a little more. Just they needed him to give him the ball and throw the ball a lot more. It's just I know it's like I said, we're mostly a run team, but it's just we need that fashion in the game. It would help us a whole lot.
You gotta have that threat.
So
yeah.
So I just can't wait for BA. Like I said, it's just one of the players I always want to see every time he's on the field. I want to see him because he's a hell of a receiver. He just needs the ball more. He needs more touches. We just need to get him the ball more.
Somebody's got to tell Shanahan, listen, Kyle, we don't want to tell you your job, but when you guys are working out during the course of the week, you probably ought to think about the fact that you don't have any defensive backs out there that can cover Brandon Aiyuk. So, we're just suggesting.
No, that's the other thing, too. I mean, sometimes it is harder on the quarterback because they're not paying attention too much to BA. They're trying you've seen Purdy, he would run around a little bit and then it would take him a minute to throw the ball. So it's also on the quarterback trying to get the man the ball because there was a couple times we've seen him open in games and certain plays he's open. So it's not like he can't get open. It's just,
and we're going to see that with Kyle. Kyle runs a lot of decoy. I'm not sure that guy's so open it shouldn't be a decoy, but I could tell the way the quarterback's reacting. Quarterback's seen that guy. He knew that guy was going to be there. But what he did is strategically move the defenders in a position where he can hit this guy. But then that play looks like it was forced. So I struggle trying to understand his offense sometimes. But I know that's what's going on. So, they've got to – Kyle, that's why when you saw him go off script sometimes, Brock went off script a lot too. Brock said, I'm seeing the same thing the fans are seeing. I'm throwing the ball, this guy's open. So, and then Kyle come back in the press conference. That was a good play, but Jawan Jennings was wide open.
It's just Kyle. Like I said, it's just they gotta get him the ball more. Like I said, we kind of need that. Like I said, it would help the running game and everything else. And then you got Kittle, so it's just I know sometimes he even made it seem like he's a fourth option, but he's really not. It's always get to the ball to whoever's open or wherever the ball needs to be. So he just needs to get the ball more. That's it. He's just dangerous as it is, and you get him the ball more. I know we can score a lot more points.
Well, it also takes his routes are usually intermediate. It takes a little longer to get downfield at that point.
It does, but I know so they do take longer to develop, but it just I'm not saying go to him almost every down, but just just go to him a little bit more.
Regularity of some kind.
Yeah. So find a way to get it. Just get him the ball more. It would help. Yeah.
So we're gonna find out how he looks this year, because he's gonna be, as I said, he's gonna be the guy looking to get paid. So he's gonna be aggressive.
That's the thing. That's the other thing I want to see too, because I know he's on the verge of getting paid too, since we picked up a 6-year option. And he's gonna want to play a lot harder. Try to get the ball more. Just him himself. So it looks like he might have an explosive year this year. Because last year he did pretty good and didn't get the ball as much as this year. If you get him the ball more, he's gonna do it. He's gonna be dangerous.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see BA.
Yeah, because he can get over 1,000 yards last year, being not number 1 or 2 option. He's going to look like even better. Kyle's going to notice, because he was in Kyle's doghouse for a minute. Why, nobody knows. You know what I've never heard of, Emilio? They had him running with an odometer out there, right? Clocking how fast he was moving, and decided. Well, we looked at his amount of hustle, and we weren't really impressed.
I guess it did kind of say what it was. Not too long ago, they said it was because, how his first year we didn't have no receivers. He was basically winging it. Aiyuk was just winging it. But I guess the second year was kind of where Shanahan wanted him to do something and he wouldn't do it. So it was kind of one of those situations. I need you to block the block. I know you can catch. I know what you can do. But sometimes I need you to do what I want you. He was kind of being hard-headed a little bit. He's like, man, basically, it was kind of those things you don't want him to turn into T.O. Like, man, give me the ball. But then it's just, you can do it. But it's just don't turn into that guy, because then you turn about me kind of guy and you forget about the team. So it kind of made sense why, Shanahan treated him the way he did. He's like, dude, relax. We're a team. Don't be me guy, because then you kind of ruin everything. And then you're over there pissed off, like certain receivers that we see nowadays. Give me the ball. I'm like, you want to argue with the quarterback, and it's just, I mean, sometimes it's cool because, you can do the job, but it's just got to relax sometimes. Sometimes other stuff are open.
Yeah, because they'll be standing on the sideline and the cameras are catching you with your lips all stuck out because they're not giving you the ball, and they read your lips. Give me the damn ball. I mean, just walk to the sideline and yell at the coach if you want to do that. Don't yell at.
Even recently, with you look at Tua and Tyreek. Well, they were over there screaming and hollering, talking about, man, give me the ball, I can do this. I was like, you don't want that. It's something, like I said, it's cool sometimes, but when you're doing it too much,
the cameras are watching.
You start being a little cancer. Get cameras watching, and there's a cancer in there. Like, dude, you're being an a-hole now. Everybody gets off and everybody's mad, so then you can't win the game. So you don't want to do that. So, like I said, by Shanahan's part, he kind of did the same thing. Like, dude, chill. You get your moment. You get the ball. Just do what I'm telling you. You'll have your chance.
Nobody does that, on our team. Really, nobody really does that.
That's kind of the good thing, because that's kind of the team we are. Where instead of just being a one-man show, it's we win as a team, be as a team. Yeah. So it makes everything a lot easier for the locker room and all the guys there.
So solidarity is everything on a football team. Emilio, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say I'll see you Tuesday. Get back to the family.
One more thing. Where you think I'm having Thanksgiving this year?
Thanksgiving, with the 49ers, what I would imagine. You got that ticket already?
I got my room and everything. It's, game tickets way to the end.
Emilio always goes to the premier games. He messed up last year going to the Broncos game, but this year he's ready.
I'm gonna be. Hopefully the Niners are gonna be in Turkey at Seattle, so. I'll be there on Thanksgiving Day at Seattle.
All right. It's going to be cold. Bring some warm clothes.
It's all right.
But it's going to be hot when you sit in that stadium. Hawks fans will be yelling at you. Oh, God, he's not a 49er fan? What are you doing sitting over here? Man, you guys are going down today. Y'all wait.
Y'all wait. Payback with Richard Sherman and Russell. We need to get that win on Thanksgiving Day.
Turkey and talking trash.
We need this one.
And remember Richard Sherman walking through the aisles with the turkey up over his head.
Yeah, that's exactly. We need all these guys some payback from that Thanksgiving a couple years back with Kaepernick and.
I know, but now I like Sherman. Damn it. Okay, Emilio, I'm gonna see you Tuesday, fam. All right, congratulations on them tickets.
All right,
yeah. All right, fam.
All right. Have a good night, and everybody's out there. All right.
Yeah. Hey, yo, Jalen. Get ready, Rams, because Gene D, you guys, Hey, Jalen.
Hold on, Ronbo. Give me one second. Can you give me another call?
We can do that because Cardinals are irrelevant. Gene D, y'all ain't win. Okay, I'll let him finish. Okay, let's go to the next caller. Jalen needs another minute. Dang it, Tony. Come on in, Tony. Tony.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Tony. Happy Memorial Day. I'm doing all right. Loving every minute. Every minute that clicks off the top means we're getting closer to football season. Woo. And finally, you know what, Tony, and you and me both are gonna be watching this closely. If the Lions start off slow, boy, Don Bird has not revealed his whereabouts. About 10 of us were trying to locate and find him. You can't. I don't know his name on any other place. You can't find anything on his YouTube. It doesn't tell you anything. Because if the Lions, him and the world, don't do well, Don,
all hype,
boy.
All hype. They got a good offense. Like I said, they still got some defensive problems, and nobody's talking about that. That's being masked. And I can tell you this ain't gonna do well week 3 because we're gonna smash them right in the mouth. Week 3.
Hey, who's their first game?
Detroit. I do not know who their first game is.
Damn.
But I know that Calais Campbell and Bud Dupree and Grady Jarrett gonna have an outstanding year. He got some help around.
That's a great combo. It really is.
Yep.
It really is. Those are polished, battle-tested, hardcore. I mean, those are pros. You know,
defensive tackle Eddie Goldman, who was a star with the Bears. He's the number 2 nose tackle behind David Amenyata. So we got help after help after help. We got 3 former first-round picks at corner and A.J. Terrell. We traded for Jeff Okada, who's going to be returning to Detroit to get even. And we got Mike Hughes, who we got from free agency, a former first-round pick from Minnesota.
Tony, remember you've been complaining about your defense for the last 2 seasons? I don't think you have anything to complain about this year. Who you got back sitting in the secondary?
We got the best safety in football in Jesse Bates and at free safety.
Who's the linebacking crew?
Linebackers, we got Bud Dupree.
Oh, that's Bud. That's right. He is an OLB.
Yeah, we re-signed Lorenzo Carter, who we got in free agency last year from the Giants, former Georgia Bulldog. These are outside linebackers.
Georgia products.
We also got a second-round pick from last year from Penn State, Arnold Ebiketie, and our third-round pick from last year, who was the defensive MVP of the Senior Bowl, D'Angelo Malone out of Western Kentucky. They can get to the quarterback.
Tony, it sounds like we may be seeing you in the NFCCG this year. Look at this.
Yeah, and our inside backers, our other second round draft pick, the guy that I told you I think is going to make the Pro Bowl this year, he went to Division II Montana State, Troy Anderson. Ronbo, this guy is wherever the ball is, he is. He was a rookie last year, so he didn't start at the beginning, but he started like around the 10th game, and he's picking it up. He's the one that blocked that punt against the Rams in week 2. When we went up to the Rams, we lost. I mean, he came hard. This guy is a machine. And we got Caden Ellis from the Aints. He's going to be the other starting inside linebacker. He had 7 sacks last year.
How do the Saints? What is your feeling, real feeling about the Saints?
Well, Ronbo, they got some cap problems. I was surprised they brought back Slant Thomas, but he took a pay reduction. I think Carolina's going to be competing with us for that division more than the Aints because that Carolina's got a good defense.
Yeah,
they built the last one.
I'll say yay to that because I was watching them before we played them last year. I said, the Panthers, man, I never watched it, but that defense is nasty. So, yeah. We played them that weekend. They had a couple of guys that I was concerned about did not play. I was delighted.
Yeah. Burns, and they got a bunch of guys.
The
guy that came out of Washington.
Yeah, they're really active. See, that's why I love having Wilkes. Those guys were busy. They were like flying around the field like they were left on their own to make their own decisions. They were like seek and destroy, right? And I'm watching them, and the 49ers have been playing like that for a while. So Wilkes is going to come in and add to that same style, but add some Wilkesism to it. Drake Greenlaw thinks we're going to go to the next level. I don't know what makes him think that so soon, but yeah.
Yeah. And again, I think Seattle's going to get a wild card. I do. I also think Detroit's going to get a wild card, but they're going to lose. I don't think they're going to be much better than that because the Green Bay Packers is going to fool everybody.
You think so?
That whole defense,
Tony, why?
Yeah, because their defense is still there. Their defense, all those defensive players are still there. They were good last year, and they were one of the top 5 defenses in 2021, along with you guys. They're all back.
Has Jordan Love been misread? I saw Jordan Love at the beginning of last year, and he has grown. He's not Jordan Love that the first couple of years that he made appearances. He looked good, really good.
And their offensive line is back. They got the same offensive line. Now they lost that 2021 Pro Bowler Robert Tonyan. They lost him. He signed with the Bears free agency. But look at what Green Bay did in this place. They gave up. They got a second round pick along with other picks for Aaron Rodgers. Green Bay drafted 2 of the top 4 tight ends in the draft. They drafted that Tucker Kraft guy from South Dakota State, who was ranked number 3, and they drafted Luke Musgrave, who you and I both knew about, the 4th best tight end out of Oregon State.
I was hoping the 49ers might get him, and no, he got picked up quick. So
So Green Bay know what they're doing, and that running back is still there. Not Williams, the other guy, the running back
Smith.
I can't think of that guy's name for Green Bay.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's had like 2 or 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Aaron Jones.
Yeah, that's Aaron. I remember his name was Aaron. It's the same as Rodgers, but I forget if you remember his last name. That's right.
They got A.J. Dillon, that power back. You know how they complement each other. See, all of Green Bay's players are still there, except Tonyan, the tight end, and Aaron Rodgers. And Green Bay got younger on offense. And they drafted 2 more receivers in this draft to go with the 2 they got last year, Romeo Doubs, and like you say, your man crush is Kyle Pitts. Mine is Christian Watson.
Watson shocked me. I knew he was going to be good for the clips they showed at Dakota, but Aaron turned him into an absolute fiend. Look at that play.
Yeah, and it took a minute. Because he had dropped a couple bombs.
Yeah.
And then like around week 8, week 9, Christian Watson took off against Dallas. He had like 160-something yards. I remember that game. And then Philly, when Aaron Rodgers didn't play that game, Jordan Love, he threw him like a slant. He caught the slant. It reminded me of Jerry Rice. Caught the slant 10 yards.
It was on his horse
60 yards
in full stride. I remember that. So,
yeah. I said, yep. Christian Watson has arrived. That dude's a beast, man.
Yeah. And that was his first year. Let's see what he looks like this year. See, that's, man. Because, see, I don't know what Aaron Rodgers does to wide receivers, to their mind. But
Romeo Doubs, the other receiver they drafted in the 4th round last year, he's good. See, Jordan Love's got weapons. He's got that veteran offensive line still there, the veteran running back still there, and them young receivers and young tight ends. He got weapons.
And frankly, he sat on the bench. It's beneficial. NFL, for years, you throw kids right out of school onto an NFL gridiron. Things are moving fast. Hits are more vicious. It's really, they either make it or break it. And that's why your average first-round quarterback has suffered down through the years. Way more of them are failing than succeeding. So, if Jordan sitting, watching a guy like Aaron Rodgers, it's going to be a good thing. I have a feeling that's why he looked like he looked last year. For the little while he was out there.
Remember, Aaron Rodgers sat for 3 years under Brett Favre. And look what happened when he finally.
How many stories like that,
Yeah.
So, But the league, but you know what? It's a league that can't wait. You know, you if your team is struggling, you got a first round pick, we traded up, blah 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 to get him. He's got to start now, and a lot of people get in behind that and think it should be the way it should be. But honestly, if a veteran could just lead these guys a little while, get them anointed to the league, the speed, some of the other things you got to do, you got to get stronger. This ain't college fall. This ain't Kansas, Dorothy. You know, you got to get ready. You know, but you get in there and get your bell rang right away.
About Desmond Ritter. Yep. That's why I'm excited about Desmond Ritter, because even though Marcus Mariota was I hate the way he left, but Desmond Ritter set for 13 of the 17 games.
Yeah.
So almost a full season. Then he played those last 4, went 3-1. The only game we lost was to Baltimore.
There you go.
Tom Brady. Desmond Ritter was 41-14 in college. I'm excited about Desmond Ritter because just like Jordan Love, he's got a veteran offensive line and he's got pieces around him.
And he knows what to expect and how to adjust to it after a year. If you just get a year in, that's usually good, you know.
Yep.
But immediately, all right, change your clothes. There's your uniform. All right, we're gonna have you out here. We're gonna start you this week. That's scary stuff, man. That really is. Anyway.
So who you think gonna get DeAndre Hopkins?
Dallas.
Yeah, maybe. I hope the Jets get him because I want Corey Davis.
Yeah, maybe. Well, Tony, I'll see you Tuesday, and let's see what else is going on. I'm talking around the league with you. So much fun.
Yes, sir. Don't be surprised if Baltimore makes a late push to get him.
I know they're in it, you know, and he likes it. He's talked about Baltimore as well. So
yeah, he did. He did. Me and Sharice Armstead from killing Gene D. We were bringing up last year's teams have been going to Seattle, bludgeoning them last year. The Falcons, the Panthers, Josh Jacobs, and his 229 for the Raiders, Christian McCaffrey, and Gene D hasn't responded.
He can't, you know. All right. Hey, Tony, I'll see you Tuesday.
I'll see you Tuesday. Good night.
Looking forward. Happy Memorial Day. Night, Tony.
Cliff got the boot. He's still chewing on that nasty goop. And Sean McVay play call like poop. It stinks, Ronbo. What's the word, Ronbo? What's the word?
Yeah, we was looking at Brandon Aiyuk, and you know, we're just thinking now that Brandon Aiyuk, and you know how people love to. Well, you know, this is a bad thing, though, Jalen. We don't need to decide whether we like Debo better than Brandon Aiyuk, which a lot of people like to do. Yeah, if it's up to me, I'd get rid of Debo. You know, I say, man, y'all need to. Man, y'all didn't want Debo to get paid last year. Now you want him gone. What is with not liking Debo? The dude is nonstop box office from the beginning of the game to end. Can we lighten up on Debo? If he leaves, he leaves. But I don't know why we wishing he's gone. Debo it provided a lot of exciting minutes and a lot of great plays. So, you know, but Aiyuk was number 3 because of Debo on the pecking order. And, you know, he should still have a good year. I'm thinking that he'll be more aggressive. Kyle can stop crying about, if you don't block, I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. Sit down. You know, Kyle's not going to be doing that to him because Aiyuk blocks better. Aiyuk is right up there with the best guys on the team as far as blocking. So, you know, everything he's been asked to do, he's done. So he deserves to get whatever he's going to get next, and that boy can run some route. Stephon Diggs' brother does want nothing to do with Mrs. Aiyuk's baby. Boy!
I mean, well, Ronbo, take 3 seconds off of Debo's 40 time and take 3 seconds off of Brandon Aiyuk's 40 time. And which one do you think would be more useful to you?
That's not fair. Debo's a truck. Brandon Aiyuk's a Maserati.
So, I mean, once Debo loses that explosiveness, I don't know if he'll still be as effective as a guy like Brandon Aiyuk.
From that angle, that's a good point.
Yeah, but I mean, Ronbo, also I got a question. Is production, is that like a person?
2, yeah.
It always 2 people? I had no idea. I thought that was like a metaphor for like an inside joke or something, but
no, in
it's
fact,
not.
I'm thinking we used to have a moderator But I pointed that for people who were regulars in the chat. But the moderator was throwing everybody out, including 49er fans. So we had to back off that. I was going to have the other person would go ahead and just work with the chat. We like the chat to run free. As long as people don't violate any rules, it can be anything. Because I know I go to chats for both basketball, football, and I love going in there having the freedom to fight with people and say what I want to say to them until, there's certain lines you can't cross, but you can give them all you want. That is so exhilarating to call a biatch out like you want to and say what you want to.
Yeah. Hey, Ronbo, in the Kyle Shanahan era, what's been one of your favorite games?
Oh man, I'd have to take a think about that. Wow. You mean the entire time he's been with us?
Yeah.
Wow.
To me, I probably that
yeah, what would you
probably that 2017 Jaguars game.
Oh, that's memorable. Because the Jags brought the T-shirt. That was the T-shirt and hats game. The Jags was getting ready. On our field, they were getting ready to celebrate a conference championship, and had to put their boxes back on the bus.
That game showed me. Oh yeah, this team. It just I don't know, Ron, but that game was just it bought us out of that game made everything official because if we had went on that stretch at the end of the year, but we hadn't beat any really good teams yet until we played Saxonville. And we beat them, and then just so many fans, I feel, we just got so much confidence after that Jaguars game, Ronbo, because we was like, Jimmy lit them up, Ronbo.
I mean,
God, he lit them up.
And you remember the offensive weapons we had that year in the offensive line?
Marquise couldn't even remember most of those guys.
They weren't that good. And the 49ers
Kittle was a baby, Ronbo. He wasn't even Kittle yet. He was still a dude named George.
He was out.
I think he wasn't even starting, man. Ronbo, that was one of my favorite games. 2018 when we beat the Seahawks for the first time in a long time, and Richie James hit that kick return touchdown. That was one of my favorite games.
Yeah.
Yeah, suck it, Gene D. And that things done changed.
I'm glad you brought that up so Gene D can. That's right, Gene. Nick Mullins beat that ass.
That was Nick Mullins, wasn't it, Ronbo?
Yes. That's the Thursday night game you're talking about.
Nick Mullins done beat all of oh, God. He got the Rams and he got the Seahawks. I think it was just a regular, just afternoon game.
No.
I think that one was. Nah, we beat the Raiders at night. We was pretty bad that year, Ronbo. We didn't have the Raiders prime time game. Yeah, now that game, Ronbo. Oh, that game was prime time. Everybody saw that. The people on New Sentinel Island saw that. They don't even have TV. Everybody saw that game. That Raiders game, that's going down in history. That's one of my favorite games, and I think that Bengals game we played with Brandon got that ball in overtime. That was one of my favorite games too. That was a real good game.
Mm-hmm. Also the Rams game when OBJ was racing down the field. And he was actually, it looked like he was open.
Well, I also like the 2019 one, Ronbo, when Fred got that pick six. That 2019 one was a good one, too. And Emmanuel Sanders caught that ball on third down. It's been a lot of memorable games, Ronbo.
And remember, Jalen Ramsey went in and slapped. What's that safety's
Angry.
name?
That was his fault, Ronbo. He didn't want to blame Taylor. Boy, Ramsey, boy, Ronbo, man. You see how many memorable moments we got against these Rams? Rudy, how many you got? I mean, I heard y'all talking a couple of calls ago talking about the last time the Rams beat us was 2018. But Ronbo, when was the last time the Rams beat a respectable 49ers team in the regular season? We were ass in 2018. Now, it's been a while since y'all beat a respectable 49ers team in the regular season. We going back to Harbaugh days.
Yeah, I was going to say, go back to 2016.
Maybe even before that.
We didn't have a respectable team. We had 2 wins the whole season, both against L.A. Oh.
Ronbo, man, I'm talking about it might have been a decade since they beat a 49ers team with more than 10 wins in the regular season. That's sad.
Yeah, that's got to be right.
That might be worse than the Rodgers and Bears record. I mean, honestly, and
They
that's
swept us
bad.
once in the last. Ask Rudy. Rudy knows because he keeps an eye on things like this.
He
Except
can't tell
when
you,
somebody asks him.
Rombo.
Oh no,
He
he will.
can't tell you.
See,
He gonna
Rudy's a
bring up that
historian.
NFC Championship game, Rombo.
Yeah,
He
that's
can't
all
tell you.
That's all he can talk about, and that's pathetic. That's the only game you can talk about as a Rams fan versus the 49ers. It's the only game within the last 10 or 15 years.
Rudy, you do know that you guys lost the Super Bowl in 2018, correct? You don't. How do you keep forgetting that you lost the Super Bowl and then you follow the next year up by missing the playoffs? How do you forget that?
He doesn't. He knows, and then he brings
up.
I
mean, dude, Rudy, like, come. Your team was stacked in 2018, Rombo.
Yes,
that 2018 with Rams team, that team was stacked.
McVay came into a situation that wasn't even difficult. They had already put together the team. That owner hustled up and got some people in there just for McVay. And now, well, McVay's a much better coach than Kyle Shanahan. What? Listen.
Who is he coached up, Rombo? Who is he developed? I give him Cooper Cup. Other than that,
he got rid of Goff because he failed.
Yeah, Rombo. Rombo. I'm gonna confidently say this, and this is a jab at the Raiders fans, and this is a jab at the Saints fans. I think Jared Goff better than Derek Carr.
I've always thought
At least Goff got some playoff wins, Rombo.
You know what? I stopped saying it because I got a lot of pushback. Carr's okay, but I think some people think he's a little too okay. Hey, Jalen, we got to roll. Let me see you.
Man, Rombo, we still the kings of the West.
Yes, indeed.
Kyle and D need a 2-year rest. And Gene D, you can keep on crying because the 49ers gonna be the best. And like I said earlier, y'all, let's not forget, Nick Mullins beat the Raiders on national TV.
Yep.
This wasn't just some game that if you lived in LA, you'd be lucky to see. No.
Third world countries were
Everybody, Rombo, people in Afghanistan, Pakistan, India.
Congo,
I'm talking about deep in the Congo. Everybody saw this game. Nick Mullins beat the Raiders. Rombo, Jesus Christ.
They send a lot of the paraphernalia out of the NFL and other NBA, other professional leagues. They send it to those third world countries for the kids who don't have anything to wear in the colder months. I've seen jerseys with not the 49ers, with the Rams. I saw one. I posted it up. I tell you, I loved it. Little kids running around there when they got the Rams. I said, oh, there you go. We gotta go. I'll see you Tuesday.
All right, Rombo.
Rudy. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Rombo. How you going, brother?
Tony, doing all right. It's Memorial Day here in America, and we're sitting around
Memorial Day?
Yeah, we're appreciating those who gave their lives for the American way.
Yeah.
And
the rest of the world.
Yeah, a lot of the world, huh? And then there's also, we're looking at the fact that Brandon Aiyuk is probably going to have a banner year. Tony, and I know this is right up. This gives Tony ticket to go wild on Kyle Shanahan, because somebody else pointed, if Brandon Aiyuk can just get the ball, he probably could set the tone. But as I said, Brandon has been allocated the third position in the pecking order. Now that maybe should change.
I don't know how, but Brandon, I mean, he's fast, Ronbo. He can take the top off the defense too.
Yeah, and he's quick in that route. Razor sharp. I mean, he could cut a piece of paper with some of them cuts. He is talented.
I'll tell you what. If Trey starts, Brandon's going to be getting a lot more ball.
Yeah, they got a rapport already developed. True.
But, Debo, watch out for Debo. I know he didn't turn up to OTAs and this and that and blah, 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 but a lot of the commentators were hanging hanging shit on him. But I reckon he's going to come back if you make a statement.
Yeah, I bet you're right. He's going to reestablish himself. He's got an ego. You know, everybody's talking about Brandon Aiyuk and CMC. Those are his two nemesis, even though he's not going to admit to it. But inside his mind, these guys are showing me up.
He's a different player, Ronbo. Like I've said 1,000 times before. You use him in different circumstances. I don't understand. You can't use him as a Brandon Aiyuk. He's a bulldozer, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I like that.
So do I. But you got to use him in the appropriate manner.
Yeah.
And
Shannon does a good job on that because, like you're saying, it takes advantage of his strengths, and Debo's he's a diesel coming down through that beyond that line of scrimmage. So let him do that. You don't have to ask him to do anything else. He can run the sweep. You know, he can run through the running back on occasion, but don't ask him to run deep routes. For what? You got people who can do that.
Yeah, and I'm keen to see. What's it? You know what the 49ers are like, Ronbo? That people they don't mention, they make the team. Yeah, you don't hear about some of these people, and all of a sudden they're on the team, like that Polynesian dude. Is he a tight end?
Oh, Latu. Yeah, he's a TE. Yeah.
I want one of the tight ends to be, you know, like, I mean, George Kittle's fast. I want someone like Latu or a big dude, you know. How big was Gronk?
Huge.
That's what I want.
I agree.
Yeah, that's the type of dude you soften up the middle with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get sick of people. I want people to get sick of players like that running at them every 5 minutes. And
Gronk was a vicious blocker, too. It's not. Gronk is a generational player. George Kittle's actually a generational player as well. Latu, we'll see.
We'll see. They haven't said too much about him. So
yeah, they're talking about Braden Willis a lot. Well, you know, Latu, let's see what he looks like during. Right now, it doesn't count. You can't make any judgments yet. We can't, but we'll see.
Because those guys, I mean, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, Dwelly's under. They don't use him as much as they should have.
I agree.
I don't see anything wrong with Dwelly.
Charlie Warner is probably the last man on the totem pole right now. I think they like Dwelly due to Dwelly. What he does come in sometimes. It's about playing fullback tight end with those two guys. They got to block.
And that other guy, who's that other guy that we got that plays every goddamn position, including quarterback?
CMC or Juice?
No. He's one of the new boys.
Coletto.
Coletto, yeah.
Yeah, that's a.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing what develops there.
I mean, there's your backup. If we lose 4 quarterbacks this year, there's your backup quarterback.
Jesus Christ, if we lose 4 quarterbacks this year, we probably need to consider quitting. That's ridiculous. Oh, my God.
Well, we're the only team that won't name their starting quarterback.
Well, we got to wait a few
the most important position on the field.
But you'll see that start to develop in June. There'll be those camp reports. You'll read, Kyle Shanahan in those weekly press conferences. Kyle, what are you seeing so far with what's going on between Sam Darnold and Trey Lance? Well, they're working hard. Have you made up your mind either way? Oh no, they're working hard, and they're going to continue to do so. But you're not going to answer us today? No, don't ask me again.
We don't know whether they're going to be long. we don't know whether we're going to be alive on Monday.
I know. I mean, there's that. Kyle does drugs. I'm telling you, because you know what? He does things sometimes. I know guys that do drugs, and I know that's Kyle. He, if anybody, he likes Lil Wayne a lot. I think if we went over to Kyle's house at the wrong time, especially if the wife wasn't home, hell, she maybe joined him, but we'd probably walk in on Kyle and come on in. I got some great stuff here. Kyle, what are you doing?
I was wondering, Ronbo. I was wondering when Wilkes is up in the box, looking at the whole game. I was wondering whether he's gonna have the balls to go up to Carl and say to him, "Well, Carl, I was up in the box and I was watching the game from up there, and bloody telling our backs and the defense what to do. And I noticed that you're getting pumped on the right-hand side of the field, mate. Can I make a few suggestions?" Could you imagine that conversation?
It's not going to happen. Kyle...
That might hurt his ego.
Well, not only that, Kyle carries that aura about him. You dare not do that. I could just... No,
why not?
I would. That. You would, but I don't know if Wilkes
I would actually call him up there with me in the booth if I was Wilkes. I said, "Mate, you know what, buddy? Why don't you come up for one game and just call the plays from up here? I'm telling you now, you can see a lot more. You've got the don't worry about watching the 11-on-11 when you go back to the we'll go back into the rooms there and
Tony, you
point out how we lost the game.
I tell you,
when you can
don't embarrass him in front of him. You know what? I'd ask, hey Kyle, let's get a little bite together. I'll run some things by you. Then you break it to him. Listen, I want to know if in the future we can develop this kind of link. Now I've seen some things that went on that probably you weren't aware of during the course of the game that I think we could have adjusted to. And because Kyle, I don't think that he's such a hard ass that he's not going to listen. I understand he does listen to his coach. Mike McDaniel was in his ear all the time. But we heard about one instance one time when there may have been a rift going on between John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, but they never gave us any details about that, and we don't know what that was about. And then they both denied that it would ever happen, of course, like they're supposed to do. But you got to approach Kyle in a way where it's not going to rub his ego, and at the same time you got to want to benefit, because my whole interest is winning this game. So Kyle, if I can help us in any way, I want to do it. So just don't take this the wrong way. And
Lynch is up there. Lynch is up there watching the game from the booth as well, so he might just sit down with Wilkes.
But you don't want to step on Kyle's toes. You got to respect him. Well, that's the only thing.
Kyle might turn around and say to Wilkes, "I don't want you in the booth anymore. I want you down here on the ground with
me." He hired Wilkes. Wilkes is older than Kyle, and also been around the game in that position longer than Kyle. Kyle's got to have a certain amount of respect for Wilkes. He can't just talk trash to him. You got to respect him.
Oh, I was thinking to myself, Wilkes has got that mean look on his face.
All the time.
What I mean? And Kyle gives him any shit. I was just picturing Wilkes. Don't give me no shit. I'll kick your ass up in this motherfucker.
No, he's probably. I think Wilkes is probably from an intellectual level. He's gonna hit Kyle and with some stuff that's making Kyle think, because that's the best way to get to Kyle. You got to impress him. I think Mike McDaniel did for years, and that's what Wilkes has got to do, and tell him what he sees. And for all we know, Kyle may say, "You can be my eyes up in the booth too. I got to stay down in the field and manage things," because I think that's what Kyle thinks he's got to do. He's got to be down in the field, telling his coaches what to do and when to send people in and out. But you can do that from the booth upstairs. I believe just like you do about that. But I think he's got to be in people's face. At least he thinks so.
I think so, but I'm excited to see the defensive backs and what Wilkes is going to do with them. I just can't wait to see how many interceptions we're going to get this year. having these short fields and see what Kyle can do with it.
The aggression's going to step up too. Greenlaw's giving away too much already. I'm probably going to be involved in more blitzing this year. Trey, don't stop it, hush. no, don't give it away.
Belichick used to use his linebackers in that type of aggressive way in the blitzing thing, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you're not mistaken. But Tony, we got to roll. I'm looking for you on Tuesday, and let's see what develops. We're waiting for word on, I don't know when he's supposed to throw. Somebody said June 2nd. We're going to see if Brock's going to be throwing the ball or not. But this is the week coming up. We're supposed to see what's going on with Brock. All right.
Yeah. So, well, Trey's going good. Thanks for Big Show for correcting me. Yeah, he was 12 of 17, and the other guy was 11 of 15. I made a mistake there. So thanks, Big Show.
Yeah.
But shout out to everyone. Ronbo, crew, and Minor Empire, and see you in the next chapter, brother.
Looking forward to it, Tony. All right. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Cool, Tony. And fam, please, thanks for the contribution tonight. And please subscribe before you leave. Haters, you come in here and we entertain you people all the time. You'd better subscribe and like. And I'll see you Tuesday. And happy Memorial Day to all the servicemen in the USA. We love you. Night-night!